What's going on, everyone in Italy? This is Gaston Siciliano with FK Irons, and first of all, I would like to thank you to all of you right there for making it to the seminar. Thank you so much for becoming part of this seminar at the Riccione Tattoo Convention. Also want to say big thanks to Roberto Terzi, Ivano from Tatuologic, Serena from Tatuologic, all the people that made this possible. Thank you for the invitation. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it there in person. Unfortunately, we had 3 conventions this weekend, and I've been working on this product that you guys probably are waiting for, and I'm going to be talking about is the Spectra Xion. But also, in this seminar, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the entire FK Irons machine line, specifically the rotary line, the Spectra line. So we're going to be talking about the Spectra Halo, we're going to be talking about the Spectra Direct 2, and we're going to be talking about the Spectra Edge X. Also, we're going to be talking about the RPG Click Ergo, which is basically the default grip for most tattooers these days. So again, thank you guys for making it here. It means a lot to me that you're all there watching this video. And let's begin by talking about the Spectra Halo. So where is the Spectra Halo? Spectra Halo is right here. Basically, this is the way the machine comes in the box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the overhead camera so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So the Spectra Halo 2 comes in this box. You should find the FK Iron logo after the box. We open the box and here are the contents. If you don't see the machine, well, make sure to call us back, okay? So in the box, you're gonna find right here, you're gonna find the machine, you're gonna find lubrication. You are going to find the 2 spare cams. Remember, this machine comes with 2 additional strokes and 1 comes installed in the machine. And also you're gonna find this little bag that contains tools and some spare parts. So let's begin with the machine and tell you a little bit more about what makes this machine so unique. And the first thing that you're going to realize is that this machine basically does not look anything like the first Spectra Halo 1. And a lot of things have changed since the beginning of our first rotary, which was the Spectra Halo 1. This machine features the new vice system that is actually inherited from the Spectra Edge X. It also features this sort of a needle stabilizer right here. It features the very first armor-to-clip system for tattoo machines, and also a complete new revamped gift system. Okay, this machine is the first machine from the crossover line. You're gonna ask yourself, what does crossover mean? And I'm gonna explain that in just a moment. So I'm gonna switch back again. So basically, we still have a moldable system, just like in the Spectra Halo 1, but this moldable system will not fit on a Spectra Halo 1, but a moldable system from a Spectra Halo 1 will fit in the Spectra Halo 2. And the main reason is because we changed the size of the cam. So this cam is a little bit bigger, so it doesn't fit on the Spectra Halo 1. But it fits obviously on this machine, and it makes the machine work a lot stronger and with less vibration. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run this machine and show you guys, where's my cable? Right here. We're gonna show you what this machine sounds like average. So the machine is very, very, very quiet, and it can push any type of needle configuration. Now, remember that I told you that this machine belongs to the crossover line, and the crossover line means that with this machine you're going to be able to use cartridges, any type of cartridges, and also you're going to be able to run standard needles, just like the Spectra Halo 1. Now, the crossover line, what it's going to allow you to do is both things and do it perfectly, okay? So this machine is going to push cartridges with no problem. You're not going to have to remove the stay-up spring like in the Spectra Halo 1. You're not going to have to deal with rubber bands because we have a built-in needle stabilizer right here. And you're not going to have to deal with grommets, okay? So simply you're going to pop a needle in there and that's it. So I'm going to start demonstrating some of the features and how to use this machine. right now, I'm not going to be showing you guys with standard needles, but you guys get the gesture. I'm going to be using a dry bar from our grips, from the Click Ergo. So how do you put a needle bar or a dry bar in this machine? It's very, very, very simple. What you're going to do is you're going to open the vise a little bit. And I'm going to switch again to the top view. So what you're going to do is you're going to open the vise just a little bit. You are going to slide the needle through the vise, under the tensioner, and then check this out. That's it. That's all it takes to mount this needle. So no more fighting with a grommet, a little rubber right there. It's very simple to put it in. It's also very simple to remove the needle. So let me show you right now. That's it. It's very, very, very easy to get this machine ready for tattooing. I'm going to move the box out of the way for just a second here. So this is it. Basically, there is not a lot of work to do, you know, when installing your needle or dry bar. And now the next thing is going to be to install the grip. So I have a couple of grips right here. For example, I have this one right here, the orange Click Ergo. So that's it. Very, very, very easy. Very, very easy. So again, like I mentioned before, with this type of setup, you're going to be able to run any type of cartridges. And right here, I have a brand of cartridge right here. Let me show you. The machine is very well balanced, especially when you use this type of grips. It's also going to allow you to use this vise system. It's going to allow you to use any of our disposable grips as well. So after every tattoo, you can actually dispose the whole grip, you know, and throw it away. So, and it's going to allow you to use basically most grips out there. So from disposable cartridge grips through, you know, stainless steel for standard needles and all this stuff. Now, people ask how many, how many needle configurations can you push with this machine? So this machine was designed to push basically anything from a single needle up to a 35 Magnum. So no problem with pushing, anything. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is this, the give mechanism. So the give mechanism in this machine have been designed to work well with cartridges as well as standard needles. So by simply loosening this give nut right here, and let me switch again. By simply loosening the give right here, you are going to get a softer hit, as you guys can see right there. And as you guys secure the knob, you get a tighter or hard hit. So this is going to allow you to work, lining, probably you are going to want to use this a little bit harder for lining, and maybe for black and gray or color blending, you are going to want to loosen this. So you have this little bit of give right there. And the give travel is very, very long. It's about, 5 to 7 millimeters right here. So a lot of people have been asking for the massive give, and we delivered with this version. Now, stroke. This machine right here has basically the same stroke system as the very first Spectra Halo 1. To remove the stroke is very, very simple. All you're going to do is introduce the key right there. Let me actually show you. So we have the box right here. We're going to use the contents. You're going to find the little key right here in the box. And here it is. So I'll show you how to do this. So you introduce the key right there, twist, and remove the cam. And then you can just pick any of the cams right here. So let me switch to, let's say, which one is that one? 2.8. So I'm going to remove the 2.8 right here, put that one in place. We're going to install the 2.8. You're going to slide it in, and let me see if you can see it, and secure the screw right there. You don't have to do it too tight, okay? So simply just do that. It's going to be enough. There you go. And that's it. And that's how you actually get the stroke change in this machine. What else? So now that we talk about the stroke, let's talk about lubrication in this machine. Lubrication is something that a lot of people have been doing wrong in this machine. And this machine basically doesn't require any lubrication. Now, one of the things that you're going to realize is that you may get either grease or oil, depending when you bought the machine, because now we're shipping the machine with grease. I mean, some machines have already, some distributor may have the oil. Everything is fine. There's not a big difference, so don't be alarmed if you get one or the other. But I just want to explain, I just happen to have oil here. I just want to explain how to use this right here. And allow me 1 second right here. All right. Here we go. Here's the oil. So to lubricate the machine, what you're gonna have to do is basically use very, very little of this oil. You don't wanna super over lube the machine, because the machine is not gonna run good if you put a lot of oil. And how you lubricate the machine is very, very simple. So I'm gonna switch back again to the top camera so you guys can see. And the first thing you're gonna do to lubricate the machine is you're gonna remove the motor. We're gonna put the motor right here on the side. And give me 1 second. And what you're gonna do is push the slider by poking the armature like that, outwards, okay? Just push it out. And you're gonna put only 1 drop right here, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna move around, or you can use your fingers just to spread it around. You don't want a lot. You don't want a drop going all the way around. You just want 1 drop, and then you just, with your fingers, you know, you spread it, you know, clean fingers, of course, and do this. Okay, so now once you do that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna flip the machine, and you're gonna put a tiny bit of oil right there in the tip of the slider. You're gonna put a tiny bit of oil right there in the tip of the slider and do exactly the same thing. Now, you're gonna push the slider in, and you're gonna put a little bit of oil right there in the back portion of the slider, okay? That's gonna allow you to, you know, have lubrication in the main contacts of the slider. So do that, and then what you're gonna do is put the motor, and now we're gonna move to the power supply right here. I'm gonna show you, because a lot of people get a little bit freaked out, but you're gonna run the machine really, really high. Okay, so we're gonna set up this machine probably at around, what do we have right here? We have 7. I'm gonna set it up probably like around 12 volts. Okay, and we are going to run the machine around that speed. It could be 10 volts, it could be 12 volts. I mean, that doesn't matter. But you're gonna run it really, really, really fast. What that is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to spread the oil all evenly in the tattoo machine and stop it. So for about 5 seconds, you know, 10 seconds, no more than that. So once you do that, your machine is perfectly lubricated. And what you're gonna do is you are going to open the machine again and, you know, clean any oil excess that you may have with a paper towel or a Q-tip. You know, just try to remove excessive oil. You don't want oil dripping right there, because you do not want oil in the motor. Remember, guys, oil in the motor is not covered by the warranty, so you don't want the oil to fall in the motor. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you put way too much oil. Otherwise, you're not going to have a problem, and the machine is going to run fine, and the motor is going to run fine. Now, let me show you another tip about this machine. Now, remember that this machine right here, we have the needle stabilizer right here, this little wheel right here, and we have the armature clip, right? So back then we used to grab a needle and bend it. We're not gonna do that anymore. The needle needs to be completely straight, perfectly straight. Either a dry bar, or either you use a standard needle. You don't wanna bend the needle, because what happened is, because this wheel right here is fixed, let me show you. This one right here is completely fixed. It doesn't move. So if you bend the needle, like, let's say, let me show you. If I bend the needle like this, what's gonna happen is that the machine is not gonna run right, because the moment I put a grip, see, it's going to apply tension here in the slider, and the machine is not gonna be able to run smoothly. The slider is gonna stop. and we don't want that. So remember, the needle is going to be always straight. You want a straight needle, okay? Do not bend the needle. And one way to see that the needle is doing the job is just, just put the needle there and look at the needle and make sure the needle is right in the center of the vise. Or maybe a little bit higher, that's fine, but right in the center of the vise, that's what you want. If the needle is like this, then you have a problem. You don't want that. If the needle is like this, no good. If the needle is like this, perfect. See, that's perfect alignment right there. So this machine takes away all the labor that you have to do before setting up a needle. For example, no longer you have to use grommets in the machine. No longer you're gonna need rubber bands for tension. No longer you're gonna have to bend the needle. And if by any chance you need to add an additional amount of tension, what you're gonna do is you're gonna maybe bend a little bit of the needle stack, but not the bar, okay? And that's about it. Now, other tips, and this is gonna apply for all the machines we're gonna be talking about today. When you use disposable tubes, try to use a tube that is the right size for the needle. Remember, if you use tubes that are too big, the needle is gonna try to wanna do this. If you use tubes that are very, very cheap and flexible, well, you're gonna get that flexion, and you don't want that. So always, try to work with gray grips, gray needles, and you shouldn't have any problem. What else? Another thing, take care of your motor. This motor is as good as you take care of it. Okay, so if you drop the motor has magnets. And brushes. So if you drop the motor, the magnet can get damaged, and this applies for any tattoo machine, not this one. Any machine out there, always take good care of the machine. So basically, we have covered all the features about the Spectra Halo 2, and talking about the give of this machine is going to apply differently for standard needles than for cartridges, because for cartridges, you're gonna probably have to add a little bit more give just to get the same result as you would get it with standard needles because of the tension of the cartridge. So remember that. And also, you're not gonna have to remove the spring that's inside the machine. So that's it. It's very easy to use. Let me actually show you guys with a cartridge, the machine running with cartridge, how it performs. So, the setup is very, very, very easy. So I'm right now at around, let me switch again so you guys can see. Here's the power supply. We are at around, because this is another question. People ask, what is the right voltage for this machine? Well, I think the right voltage for this machine is going to be depending how many needles are you pushing and the type of work you're doing, how fast you tattoo. But myself, I usually tattoo at around maybe 8 volts, and you can hear the machine. So I don't know. Well, actually I'm at 7.1 right there. Probably if I would do some black and gray or something like that, I would use the machine around the, 6 something, 7 something, and that will be enough. For lining, I may go a little bit faster, and that's it. So there's a wide range of volts operational. So I think the machine will start running probably like around 5 volts, and then you can go up to 9 volts. But I don't think it's necessary to go even further than 9 volts, and I think 9 volts is way too high. But again, if you have to go that high, you could do it. I just recommend you stay around the 8 volt parameter, 8.5 max, because that's going to allow you to do most things. Now, another question that people ask is, what is the best stroke for this machine? And the best stroke is usually right in the middle. It's the one that ships with the machine, which is the 3.4. So that stroke is going to allow you to line with it. That stroke is going to allow you to pack color. And that stroke is going to allow you to do black and gray. Basically, all you're going to have to do is just deal with the voltage. Just try to manage the voltage, up and down to find what works for you. Don't try to change strokes right away. That will be my recommendation. I know that a lot of people see the strokes that come in the box and they already want to change it, but the 3.4 stroke is going to be the best stroke to get you familiar with the machine and to get you basically up to speed. You know, you're not gonna have to mess around. You're gonna be able to tattoo right away. So do a lot of tattoos with it, practice a lot with it, and once you're very, very experienced with this machine and you understand the system, then you can start trying the different stroke. But do not do that as soon as you get the machine from us. So this is it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this machine back in the box that it came in. We're gonna do that. We're gonna remove the needle, and she's going to bed right now. So we're gonna put it right here, and this is how the Spectra Halo 2 comes in the box. Now, be careful with copies. Be careful with knockoffs. Always buy from reputable distributors. Do not, if the machine is too cheap, it's probably a knockoff. And there's a security code right here that you can scratch and validate on our website. So all of our machines come with that. So do that, please. And again, Spectra Halo right here. Now, let's move on to another machine of the crossover line, and this machine is actually the Spectra Direct 2. The Spectra Direct 2 is a machine that is our latest machine, and it's a machine that was designed, again, it's a crossover, so it's gonna run cartridges, it's gonna run standard needles. So this machine right here is going to allow you to do everything. Now, what is the main difference between this machine and the Halo 1? I explain to you guys in just a moment. So let me put this element on the side for a second. There you go, put the grip. And we're gonna switch to the overhead camera, and we're gonna unbox this machine and show you the contents. So this is what you should expect in the box. There you go. So here we have the machine. We have the two stroke caps. We have the stroke removal tool. I'm going to show you guys how to use that as well. And we have the tools just like the Spectra Halo 2 that comes with the spur tool. So let's pick up the machine. And for now, we're going to put the box on the side for a moment so we can talk about the features. So here's the machine. Okay, overview at a glance. We have the same vice system as we have on the Spectra Halo 2 and the Spectra Edge X. This vice system, you know, is the one that allows you to use any type of grip. I didn't mention it before, but even if you have those old school Xion grips, you can actually remove this and screw it onto the vice, and that's it. You don't have to do anything. So there are no adapter requires to use that type of grip. Now, with this vise, again, you can use standard needles, disposable tubes, and any of the click Ergo tubes right here, or this one's right here. Now, what is the main difference about this machine and the Spectra Halo 2? Like I mentioned before, the Spectra Halo 2 crossover gave adjustment. It had a fixed needle guide. So this one is a machine that doesn't have any type of adjustability. This machine is a direct drive machine, and it's a machine that is very, very straightforward. So who is this machine for? Well, probably if you are an old school tattoo artist that like those fat lines, that doesn't use the give a lot, or you do pointillism, or you just don't like give period and you do black and gray color, this is going to be the machine for you. A lot of artists that do black and gray work love this machine because it runs very, very smooth. Those artists that don't care about the give love this machine, and I've seen color work done with it, amazing color work. I've seen amazing pointillism work. For example, Dylan Forte uses this machine a lot. There's so many people out there that are loving this machine because it's very simple. And the other thing is that it doesn't require any maintenance. Unlike the Spectra Halo 2, this machine does not require any maintenance. But again, it's only a machine for those that don't want to have the give. Okay, if you want give, the Spectra Halo 2 is probably a machine that you want to pick up. So let me show you more details about this machine. So we have right here the stroke. The machine comes with a standard 3.4 on the machine. Right now I have the 2.8 because I changed it before, but it comes with a 3.4, and this little plate that you see right there, that is the stroke cap. By removing that cap, you can actually, right here, you can actually put any of these caps and change the stroke. And I'm going to explain to you guys how to do that. We also have the needle clip. Remember, just like the Spectra Halo 2, we had that needle clip. So I'm going to show you guys with a needle how simple it is to install the needle, and that's it. You install the needle. Now, this machine offers a very, very unique feature that you won't find in any other machine out there, and it's the very first adjustable tensioner for direct drive machines. So with this little wheel that you see right here, you can adjust the tension of your needle bar. And what would you want to do that? Well, if you're going to be running cartridges and the tube probably has the hole a little bit big for where this little ball glides and the bar, tends to rattle a little bit, you're going to be able to add a little bit of tension and control that, making the machine super silent. And I'm also going to show you how to do that. Also for standard needles, with direct drive machines, old school direct drive machines, you can only put one rubber band or two rubber bands. You cannot put half of a rubber band. So with this system, you can actually tweak the tension of the needle and micro dial it to suit you exactly how you want it. So let me actually put a grip right here. We're gonna put a dry bar. To install the dry bar is the same. What you're gonna do is, I'll do it again so you guys can see. So what you're gonna do is put the needle through the vise, and then you're gonna go under this little rubber piece right here that you see. You're gonna slide it in, tilt the needle a little bit 45 degrees, and pop it. Very, very, very easy. And then you're gonna put the grip. Open the vise, put the grip, you're ready to go. So here you have it. Now, let me show you how the needle tensioner works. So I was telling you guys that, sometimes you get that little bit of residual vibration from the elliptical motion of the needle, right? The needle moves with that elliptical motion, and it translates into rectilinear motion. Now, don't think that because you have this motion here, you're gonna have problems here. At the end of the tip of the needle, have it the opposite, I'm sorry. At the end of the tip of the needle, you're gonna have a perfect rectilinear motion, especially when you use the right size of grip. So let me just do this. Let's adjust the needle. And as you see, right now I'm using cartridge, so basically the grip is aligning the dry bar, so you don't have the problem. But let me show you, let me see if the microphone can pick it up. I'm gonna raise it to the microphone and check it out. You guys realize how quieter the machine got? I don't know if the microphone can pick that up. I'm gonna loosen it. In fact, what I'm gonna do right now is I am going to increase the volt on purpose just to exaggerate that. So most direct drive machines, you have to put rubber bands, and some of them you can even do that. See how silent it gets? So that needle tensioner is going to allow you to micro dial the tension of your needle, and always ensuring that you have the right amount of tension. Now, one of the things that you want to do is, before you start tattooing, put a little bit of ointment right there, in between that bridge, right there, and the needle bar. That is going to allow you that you have good lubrication, so this piece is going to last, for a long, long time to come. And it's also replaceable. If by any chance you have to replace the little rubber piece, there's another one that comes right here in the box, one or two, and you can replace that, and that's it. Now, to break down this machine is very, very, very simple. I'm gonna do it in front of you guys so you can see. Remove the grip, pop the needle. That's it. It's that simple. So no more grommets here, no more rubber bands, and on top of that, we have the very first direct drive machine that allows us to micro dial the tension of the needle. So again, cartridge or standard needle, you're gonna do exactly the same. And this machine features the hex drive mechanism. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Spectra Direct 1, but if you are familiar with the Spectra Direct 1, that was the very first machine that had this mechanism where the stroke remains in the body, and the machine actually has a gear that propels the stroke. So very simple. So what this does is actually it protects the motor, so there's no actual load in the motor, and your motor is, it's going to last longer. So this is also going to allow you to interchange the motor between a Spectra Direct 1 or a Spectra Edge X, because the Spectra Edge X has the same exact system. So if you have any of those machines, you can always do that and just simply pop the motor, and that's it, and switch in between machines. Once I show you the Spectra Edge X, I'm going to show you guys the difference and how you can interchange the motor. So that's that. Now, to change the stroke in this machine is going to be very simple. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's very simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to extract this thing from the box, and you're going to plug it right here. Let's see. You don't have to go all the way in. It's just a little bit until this thing locks. See, this thing locks? And what you're going to do is you're going to remove these two set screws right here. These two right here. You're going to remove the cap. You know what? I'm just going to do it, since I have everything right here, just to show you how easy it is. So this is what you're going to do. You are going to remove these screws like so, one at a time. Carefully, you're going to pick up the armature, and that is going to extract the armature and the stroke cap. You can see it right there. Now, the armature is actually mounted separately on a bearing. See that? And that's what it allows it to spin as the stroke also rotates. You're going to grab the new stroke that you want to use, and basically you're going to do the same. You're going to slide this over the armature, or you can actually put it right here first if you like. And then you are going to align the holes with the screws. And because you have the stroke locked, you're going to secure the screws, and you're going to do it in incremental motion. Sorry if you can see. My hand is in the middle. There you go. And you're going to secure the screws. And that's it. Do not over torque the screws. Just a little bit of tension is going to be enough, because otherwise you may strip the screw. And then you're going to remove this tool right here. And finally, you are going to, look at that, the magnet. And finally, you are going to plug the motor. And that's it. And your machine is ready to work with a new stroke that you install, and enjoy it. So at a glance, that's the Spectra Direct 2. Very good machine. Very versatile. It does not, it doesn't have the give, and it doesn't require lubrication. So this is a machine, especially if you're transitioning from coils and you don't have a lot of experience with rotary machines. Probably that's going to be a machine that is going to be very easy for any artist that want to transition from, let's say, coils to rotaries, or any artist that just like a machine that's straightforward, gets the job done, super consistent. It does the same thing over and over and will never let you down. Great machine, and also great combination to have if you have a Spectra Halo 2, because you can have then the best of both worlds, the give, and then you can have the benefits of a direct drive machine. So we're going to put this box away, and now we're going to talk about the Spectra Edge X. Spectra Edge X, Spectra Edge X. Right here. So we have the Spectra Edge X right here. Let me switch back to the overview overhead camera. Spectra Edge X comes in this box, just like the other machines. It's a sleeve. You remove the sleeve, you are going to see this box. You may see the new logo or the old logo. It doesn't matter, because it all depends when we switch boxes. So this one has the older logo. This is the original F-Camera logo as well. And we're going to show you guys the content. So we're going to open the box. And what we're going to see right here is we're going to see the machine. We're going to see, again, the kit of the kit with the tools, and we're gonna see some lubrication. And again, depending when you got this machine, you may get oil or you may get grease. We changed that a couple of times, so not a big deal right there. So we're gonna pick up the machine. Let's just go over the machine. I'm gonna put the box right on the side. And let's talk about this machine. This machine is a machine that was introduced a few years back, and when we first introduced this machine, we introduced a lot of cool features to tattooing. The first thing that you're going to realize is that this is the very first machine in the industry with this type of vice system. There were some other machines that have something similar, but this one was the very first machine with a floating collet vice system. So this system allows you to use, again, like I mentioned before, all types of grips, including the Xion if you have that one. So again, new vice system we have right here. Also, we have the same motorable hex drive mechanism like I mentioned before. We first introduced that mechanism in the Spectra Direct 1, then the Spectra Direct 2. You have it right here as well, so you can interchange motors between both machines. And you also have an adjustable stroke right here. I'm going to show you how to change the stroke in this machine. It's very, very easy. And I think the main cool feature about this machine is that this is the very first cartridge machine with give adjustment. Remember, this machine right here is a cartridge dedicated machine. So this machine is not going to run your standard needles. To use this setup, you have to be an artist that is willing to use only cartridges. And it's going to run any cartridge, you know, cartridges with membrane, cartridges with rubber band, any type of cartridges, only cartridges. So you have the benefit that, first of all, in this machine, to change the stroke, you don't have to replace part. Number two, to adjust the give or alter the give, you simply are going to dial this little knob right here. So you don't have to remove parts like other machines that you have to. And also, it allows you to interchange the motor with other machines from the FK iron line. So if you have a Spectra Direct 1 or 2, you're going to be able to interchange the machine, only set up one motor, and then have the different bodies on the table. So it also has RCA, just like the rest of the machines. None of our machines come with clip cord connection, not even when we first released this, the first Spectra Halo 1. And I think we were also the first company just getting rid of clip cords. And there are reasons why. So this is it. And then I am going to show you how to start working with this machine. So changing to the overhead camera, the first thing that you're going to notice in the box is that we are going to find the push rods, or the dry pins that we call them. The dry pins, you may have one or two in the box. I don't remember how much we actually put these days, but what you're going to do is you are going to screw it onto this part right here, just like I did right now. And the reason why this thing detaches is because it's going to allow you to sterilize it or replace it if it gets damaged. It's also the first machine that came with a system where you can actually remove the dry pin. So this dry pin is a 3 millimeter, so it's going to be compatible with most grips out there, including the Xion grip, like I mentioned before. It's going to be fully compatible with any of our grips and other brands out there. So a lot of features in just a small footprint. So again, cartridge only, so we're gonna insert this grip right here, and I'm gonna show you how this machine performs, and it works. So operation of volts for this machine is going to be probably around the same thing, you know, anywhere from the 5.5 up to the 8 volts, 8.5. I mean, you can go a little bit higher, but average is probably gonna be 7.5 in this machine for most tests. So, you know, black and gray color, probably I will pack at 7.5 all day long. So how do you adjust the give in this machine? Well, it's very simple. Like I mentioned before, let me switch back to this camera. Right here we have this dial, which is the give adjustment. And all you have to do is just one full turn. It's going to lock it, and another full turn. It's going to give you all the give. Let me demonstrate that. Right here, you can see how the needle pushes in. Let me do it closer. You have that recoil there. And now if we lock it, and you don't want to overdo this, you know, you do it until it stops, because if you overdo it, you may damage the slider. So soft. See, and now it doesn't have that give. Now one full turn, full give. Now if you want like not the full give, then just go half a turn, and then you're gonna have half a give. So that's simple. If you continue going and 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 going, you're actually going to remove this the screw that adjusts the give. So you don't want to do that. If you don't know in which position your give is, well, just lock it and then back off. And that's how you're going to be able to adjust the give in this machine. So very simple. You know, a lot of people like give even to lining. I mean, myself, sometimes when I use this machine, I have just a little bit of give. So what I would do is I would release that maybe a quarter turn, so I have the little cushion, and it's gonna give me the slight whiplash effect. So again, you're gonna push any cartridge with any grip, and you have tons of options in this machine. Now let's talk about stroke. This machine can be adjusted from 4.25 up to, from 2.8 up to 4.25 millimeters of throw. And how you're gonna change the stroke, I'll show you right now. So for that, we're gonna switch to the overhead camera again, one more time. And let me actually try to zoom in a little bit more, because you guys are gonna have to see this. There we go. I'm zooming in right now. So to adjust the stroke, what you're gonna do is you're gonna find this thing that came in your box, the little baggie with the Allen key. And you're gonna use the Allen key like so. But because I have other tools that I use to build this machine, I'm gonna use my own tool. Where is it? Here it is. Basically the Allen key is the same thing, but this for me is a little bit more comfortable. You can also use this if you have that. So the first thing to do is to remove the motor. You're gonna remove the motor, and with your fingers you are going to rotate the cam until you see the screw. See the screw right there? There you go. So that screw right there, you are going to insert your key all the way in, and you are going to release the screw just a tiny bit. You don't have to remove the screw. You're just gonna loosen the screw long enough so it locks in that U shape, and again it locks your stroke. So now you guys can see that right here we have 2 dots, and on the other side we have 1 dot right there. See that little dot? Hope you can see it. 2 dots right here, 1 dot right there. So the 2 dots means that if you push the excenter from one side to the other, you are going to get the 4.25. Now, if you push the bearing from this side to the other, see how the bearing displaced a little bit? I pushed it towards the 1 dot, you are going to get the 2.8. And let me show you again. See, I push it. See how I moved a little bit? And now look at that. See? It's very minimal displacement what you get, but that's basically what you need to change the stroke. More, and less. So the displacement is very minimal. Now, let's say you want to be in the middle, like 3.5. Well, then you're just going to displace it halfway, kind of eyeball it a little bit, and then you're going to lock the screw. And again, insert your key all the way in always, so you don't strip the screw. And you're gonna apply a little bit of torque. You don't have to do it too tight, but you don't have to do it too loose, because if you don't secure that screw very well, what's gonna happen is that the excenter piece may come loose, and then you may hear like a rattle. So always check that screw just to make sure that it's perfectly secure. Let me zoom out again now, like so. And there you go. So we talked about the give, we talked about the vise, we talked about the stroke, we talked about the hex drive mechanism. So at a glance, this is the Spectra Edge X, a very versatile machine, cartridge only. Push anything you want with this machine. And let me just put everything back in the box right now. And again, thank you guys for watching this video. And thank you to the organizers of the Riccione Show for allowing me to do the seminar. And I promise you guys I'll be there next year. I'm going to be doing this type of seminar live. But I really appreciate the fact that you all gather here watching this live broadcast. And probably next year I sharpen my Italian. I'll do it in Italian just to make it easier for you guys. perché io parlo un po' di italiano, poi non più buono. So let's talk about this grip right now. Let's talk a little bit about the grip. So the grip, the Click Ergo is the very first grip in the industry. Again, we introduced an innovation. This grip allows you to sterilize it, right? Because most grips before, they didn't allow you to sterilize it. So if you got some ink inside the grip, what do you do, right? Basically, you have to deal with it, and you got to tattoo the next customer with a contaminated grip. Now, with this grip, you no longer have to worry about that, because you can actually disassemble the grip, just like I'm doing right now. And the best way to remove the grip is actually to have it on the machine, but because I have bare hands, I'm going to show you guys how to do it right here. So you are going to remove this part, and then you're going to find that here there is another piece. This is the cartridge receiver. This is the ratchet system. This is what it allows you to click. It's removable. And these two parts right here are made out of a medical grade material that is autoclavable. These two parts right here are made out of aluminum. That can also be autoclaved. Now, if you're gonna autoclave these parts, you have to put these two parts separately in a separate bag. Don't autoclave the grip with this part inside the grip, because what's happening is that when you put metal in the autoclave, the metal is even hotter than the autoclave is. So it may deflect this part. So these parts can be autoclavable with no problem, but they have to be on their own, not touching metal. And these two parts, they can be also in the same bag in the autoclave. Now, to reassemble the grip, once you autoclave the grip, is very, very simple. What you're gonna do is, first of all, you're gonna introduce this here. Okay, you're not gonna introduce it here. The first thing is to do it here because we gotta lock this part to this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna introduce this until you feel it locks. And when it locks, you're gonna see it right here that, you know, it came to the edge. And then you are going to put the ratchet disc here like so. Oh, some oil there on the table. And you're gonna plug the grip and twist it. Now, if you cannot do it with your hands, then what you're gonna do, clamp it in your machine, and it's a lot easier to do it that way. So this is the Click Ergo, again, the very first grip in the industry that you can disassemble, sterilize it. It only has 4 parts. That's the beauty of the grip. And if the ratchet ever wears off, you can buy new ratchets and put always a new ratchet, so you always have that clicky effect, that clicky sound, and you know, have your grip working how it's supposed to. It's very stable. It will fit more cartridges. It also comes with a dry bar, you know, stainless steel dry bar that you can also autoclave if you like. You can also buy dry bar packs on our website, and that's about it. Now, we have right here the disposable grip. This is one of the first, also that was the first cartridge grip disposable, the Dark Lab RPG grip. So this one right here is not adjustable, but basically it comes with, it comes in a box of 24. Every single grip comes sterilized with a dry bar and grommets. Obviously, in our machines, you're not going to need grommets, so we don't have to worry about the grommet anymore. But still come with the grommet. And it's also going to fit all cartridges. So you can use it in any machine, any conventional tattoo machine, even coil machines. I actually have some videos on how to tune coil machines for cartridges. That's coming up. But you can find it on Facebook, I think. And this grip, you know, it's going to allow you to use in any rotary, and also you can use it in other machines using our adapter. We have an adapter for those machines that have the screw-on type of vise. We make an adapter for that, so you can use any of our grips. So that's that. Now, what are we going to talk about after that, right? Well, you see that guy right there? We're going to be talking about the up-and-coming Spectra Xion. This is a machine that a lot of you guys have been waiting for, and including myself. I've been working on this machine for so long, and allow me just to drink a little bit of water. I've been working on this machine for so long. We have done so many changes to this machine, and so many design features. And as a matter of fact, we're actually changing something a little bit more that I don't have yet ready here to show you guys. And this is the reason why this machine is not available right now. We were hoping to have it ready for the Riccione Tattoo Show, and you know, allow you guys to have it there. But because we were making changes, you know, we decided to wait and perfect it. So let me tell you a little bit about this machine and what makes this machine so different than other tattoo machines. Well, first of all, this machine has its own motorable system. So this machine is going to allow you to remove the motor, just like some of the other machines we have, basically all the machines we have. And I explain why in a little bit. It also features the very first ergonomic grip. So this grip will allow you to rotate and maneuver the machine very, very easy. It also has this taper profile, which it allows you to come really, really close to, let me just try with this cartridge right now. It allows you to come very, very close to the needle. Basically, like if you will be drawing, you know, it's a very, very natural posture. So, right. And we wanted to give you guys with this machine a very paintbrush-like experience with the machine. So working with this machine is going to be very, very comfortable. We designed, like I mentioned before, the grip to suit very comfortable in your hands, you know, after long hours of tattooing. It is also going to allow you to cover the grip if you want. And I don't know if you guys realize, but this grip is very, very big. If you compare it to this grip right here, you're gonna see that it's longer. It's even longer than this grip. So all this part from here to here is grip. And what that means, it means that we are also going to be providing you guys with a disposable version of the grip, where you're gonna be able to remove the grip and put a new grip, and that's it. So you're gonna have a disposable grip for this machine. What else? Connectivity. Connectivity, we have RCA. That's gonna allow you to still use other machines that you may have out there, like the Spectra Direct 2, Direct 1, Halo 1, Halo 2, Spectra Edge X. They all use RCA. So one cable is going to allow you to power all the machines. So that's why we wanted to keep it that way. Now, what is very, very interesting about this machine is also we migrated all the features from our grip to this machine. So this machine has a ratcheting system as well. So it's not just an O-ring, it's just a ratcheting system. So you can lock your setting and rest assured that it's not gonna move. And every time you click, it displaces 0.25 millimeters, 0.25 millimeter. So that is going to allow you to micro adjust your machine for the different type of works that you may be doing. Now, let's remove the grip, and I'm gonna show you what else you're gonna find in this machine. This is the very first pen also with adjustable give, okay? And this part may change a little bit the shape or the design, but this machine allows you to change the give by simply dialing this wheel right here. Let me switch. By simply dialing this wheel right here, if I go this way, I lock the grip. I lock the give, and if I go this way, I release the give and I get a softer hit. So this is the very, very first machine out there with this mechanism. The mechanism is patent pending, actually, in a lot of the aspects, just like the ratchet and the design of the machine. But it's a very unique feature because there's no other tattoo machine that has that feature right now, or a pen machine. So most pen machines are straightforward, a pen that just pushes the needle. But of course, if we wanted to create a machine, we wanted to do it and deliver, you know, all the features that we have in our other machines to all of you guys. So let's power this machine and see how it sounds. I was playing around with this machine, so I hope, there you go. So this is the machine, very, very, very quiet. And right now I have one of these cartridges. You know, this one has the softer rubber band. This machine pushes anything from a single needle up to an 18 round with no problem all day long. Let me show you with another cartridge right now so you can see the difference. Because, you know, between cartridges, you have that different pitch because all cartridges are made differently. So, different sound. So right now we're pushing, I believe this is a 15 Magnum. And It's pushing it with no problem. This one has a tough membrane, so if I want to adjust the tension, you simply ratchet the grip. Let me just show you guys here on the overhead camera. I don't know if you guys can see, but if I want to shorten the stroke, what I would do is I would ratchet, and now my stroke became shorter. I don't know if you guys can see. But again, you guys understand what I'm saying. Ratchet, longer stroke, ratchet the other way, shorter, I'm sorry, not stroke, the actual depth. Now, speaking of stroke, how do we change the stroke in this machine, right? Well, to change the stroke is also going to be a breeze. What you're going to do is you're going to remove the motor by simply quarter turn and pulling out, and you're going to find the motorboard right there. So right now we have the motor. So how do you change the stroke? Well, it's very, very simple, like it was with the other machines. There's going to be a tool that is going to come in the box. You're going to loosen this stroke, and you're going to remove the little cam, and you're going to put the new one. And that's how you change the stroke. The machine is going to come with 2 strokes. It's going to be around the 3.5, 3.7 millimeters, and then it's going to be a shorter version that's going to be around 3 or 2.8. We don't know yet, but because we made so many. Also, we're going to have even shorter versions of the stroke for those cosmetic tattooers that like that shorter stroke for permanent tattooing, because we have a great response from those artists as well. And we want to deliver a machine that you can tattoo any part of the body, arm, legs, but also faces. So we have designed this machine to do just that. So it's very well balanced. The machine has a very strong motor, has a lot of features, and it's a machine that is going to give you that realistic painting-like type of feel when you're tattooing. A lot of people that tattoo with this machine, because there's a lot of artists right now actually prototyping for us and helping us perfect this machine. They feel that the moment they pick up this machine, they feel that they've been tattooing with the machine for a long time. So with this machine, tattooing is going to be completely different. It's going to be much more realistic, like drawing on paper, painting on canvas, oil painting, acrylic painting, watercolor. So I think this machine is going to open another dimension for most tattooers when it comes to the things that you could do with a machine. And also, there's not going to be that hand fatigue that sometimes you get from conventional heavy coil machines or heavy rotary machines. So the machine has some weight, but the weight is 4.5 ounces. I don't remember how much that is in grams. But the advantage of this machine is that the weight indeed assists you to with the needle penetration, because the weight is all going straight down to the tip of the needle. So lining is going to be a breeze, because you're not going to have to push so much, and packing color always going to be a breeze because of that. So Spectra Xion, we are hoping to release this machine around September. All the distributors are going to carry this machine. Tatuologic is going to carry this machine, so they're going to have it there. You guys are going to be able to buy from them. All the distributors in Europe are going to get it. We're going to have in Latin America. So the idea with this machine is to make a worldwide launch. So we're going to try to supply all the distributors at once, and we are going to launch the machine at the same time. That is going to allow you guys anywhere in the world to get the machine from one of the distributors nearby. So this is a new Spectra Xion, a machine that we've been working for a long time. We went through so many changes. Probably I made over 8 versions, 8 different mechanisms, and over probably 1,500, 1,500 revisions. So much. The whole team of FK Iron have been working on this machine, and I cannot thank them enough for all the efforts that they have put through. All the sleepless nights. Last night we were at the shop working until 1:30 in the morning, just to see if we can prep some machines for the Canada show that we're going to be doing as well. We're actually right now in Canada, and yes, man, you guys I think are going to love this machine. Check it out, Spectra Xion. Now, a lot of people are asking, how many colors are you going to make this machine available? Well, probably at first, you know, when we first launch the machine, this is going to be the flagship color. So there's going to be one option in color, but down the line, probably after 6 months, once we start fulfilling our distributors, we may introduce new colors, or after a year or so. So yeah, that's it. So the machine is going to be available in September. Hopefully we don't get any more delays. And guys, I mean, I am so thankful for you to be there at the show, watching me talking about this product. That means a lot. And remember, anytime you guys have a question, you can always reach out to us via email, also via social media. We're doing a lot of videos. Make sure to check youtube.com/FKirons. There are a lot of videos that I've been posting about this machine. If you want to learn more about this machine, there are many videos up there. And also about the other products that we make. So thank you again. Thank you to Roberto. Thank you to Ivano. Thank you to Serena. Thank you guys for being there. And I promise next year I will be there. And I'll be there with this machine in hand. And, you know, we'll be able to have these conversations in person. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. And enjoy the rest of the show. See you guys later. Take care. Bye. Ciao.